Hey everyone, this is Drew Furter at Train Eternal. In this video, I will be discussing a clean and press training session. The objective today is to work up to 175 pounds for a set of 7.
Here we go, right into the general warm-up. Some viewers have asked if the general warm-up is sped up. Some are, just for the sake of condensing the videos. This one is at regular speed, just for a reference. So, starting with the kettlebell swing, 4 sets of 12. The intention here is to get my hips moving quickly and aggressively so that when I move to the clean and press, I have a successful clean. Following the swing, I go to the band pull apart, 4 sets of 25 there. The intention is to warm up and activate the rhomboids and rear delts to help me with my lockout and shoulder stability overhead. Following the band pull aparts, I go to the strict press with the barbell for 4 sets of 6. That first set of 6 there looked a little bit stiff. This is the first round of warm up. Things get a little bit smoother as we go. Following the strict press, I go to the overhead tricep extension with the band, 4 sets of 15 there. The intention is to directly activate the triceps and let the nervous system know that the triceps are there and that I want to extend at the elbows. So this is directly into the top weight of the day. The objective weight, 175 pounds. The goal here is 7 reps. So this is the first day back after a deload week. So you always have a little bit of anxiety in that first week coming back from a deload. You have to pick your weights on the bar. You don't want to go too heavy because you have to set up the entire cycle for success, but you don't want to go too light either. So I'm rerunning 175. Last time I had this weight on the bar for the clean and press, I accomplished 6. 7 is the goal here today. Should go well, hopefully. So far, I'm feeling good. The technique is reasonable. I'm getting good leg drive through my feet, keeping the hips low when I push my feet into the ground, keeping my chest high in the starting position. Those are 2 aspects of the technique that I am working to improve. The bar path is decent on the way up into the front rack position. It's not swinging out in front of me, which, granted, the weight is relatively light for me, so the technique should be decent. And with the push press as well, I'm having a pretty good vertical bar path today, which I'm pleased about. So the goal is to keep the reps high on the clean and press for the first 3 weeks, for the first 3-week wave in this block, and then the second 3-week wave in this block. At this time, the goal is at that point to start to really increase the load and work closer to a 1 repetition max. This is a super long set. I'm doing my move through this quickly. It takes the most time in the setup in the bottom. I have to make sure I have a solid grip on the bar, because if you don't lock your hands on, it's not coming up. So I put a lot of attention into that. Prior to the 175 on the bar, I warmed up with doubles with 95, 115, 135, and 155 prior to this weight. Following this top set, I will drop down 90% of the top weight, which is 155 pounds. At that weight, I will accomplish 3 sets of 5. So a ton of volume working this. So that ended up actually being 8 reps on the clean and press. To be honest, what happened, the reason I got 8 is because I just lost count of how many reps I was doing. Once I got into that 5-6 rep range, my brain was just not with me. I was just focusing on big pull for the clean and then big throw for the push press, and I just lost count. I went for 8 just to make sure I at least got 7. So following the clean and press, I have set the bench up at a 75-degree angle, and I was working a barbell incline press at 75 degrees. That was just 115 on the bar. I showed the last set because the reps were the most consistent on that last set. So that was 4 sets of 12 at 115. And now I'm working a 30-degree angle with 65-pound dumbbells. I accomplished 13 with this first set, and then it drops down to 9, 7, and 6. So the reps do fall off a little bit here. So that 75-degree angle with the barbell and this 30-degree angle with the dumbbells, the largest challenge today is just establishing a consistent motor pattern. The weights really weren't that heavy. It's just that my body's not familiar with the patterns. So I'm sure I will make progress quickly once I lock in a consistent technique. Moving to the overhead tricep extension with just 65 pounds. So we're at the beginning of a training block here. So keeping the weight light to begin. We will add load as we go. 2 sets of 15 and then 14 and 12, I believe. So reps are pretty high here. Immediately following the overhead tricep extension, I go into the ab wheel. 4 sets of 10 here. So back and forth between those 2 exercises for 4 sets. So if you are interested in personal training or coaching, I would absolutely love to help. Thank you so much for watching this video all the way through. I hope you have a great day. See you next time.